All right, what's up, guys? I'm Dr. Kyle Loveless here. Hey, this is going to be your top 5 to health. And the top 5 we're going to talk about today is actually going to be detoxing your home. Okay, so not necessarily detoxing your body, however, detoxing your home, which will help detox your body because it's getting more chemicals and toxins out of your environment. You know, the first step to actually detoxing your body is to remove the toxifier, the thing that's actually giving you toxins in the first place. You know, so many times I go to the health food store or even patients coming in and they're like, hey, Dr. Kyle, I'm doing this cleanse, or I see the cleanse on the shelf and there's so many of them out there, they don't know which one to do, what not to do, and how good those are for you or how bad they are for you. They're just saying cleanse, sounds good, I know I need to cleanse, sounds like it feels good, but I'll warn you that just doing a cleanse isn't going to be the answer to getting healthy or really just detoxifying your body in general, simply because you're not getting rid of the root cause of the problem in the first place, which is chemicals coming in. It's kind of like punching a brick wall, right? It just isn't getting you anywhere. You might be detoxing your body, but it's all coming right back in, number one. And number two, most of the cleansers that you're doing aren't really doing what you think they are for you. Detoxifying your system is really an in-depth process that you really want to either research a lot or find someone that's a professional in doing that. We do these things regularly, and in my opinion, detoxifying the body should be individualized, not in some big broad packet of supplements or whatnot. So that's that right off the bat. Now, but let's look at the things you can change in your home that will make a massive difference in the toxicity in your home. And these are really, really big, and these are a lot of things that we grew up with, we were taught is normal or good for us. But the truth of the matter is that it's super toxic to the body, leading to a lot of cancers and other health issues like asthma, allergies, headaches, migraines. I've had patients with migraine headaches that all we did was get rid of some of these chemicals, and it helped them a ton. Believe it or not, even back pain, because it creates inflammation in your body and can cause pain in your joints. So rheumatoid arthritis or joint pains or back pains, those can actually come from toxins in your environment. So let's dive into this. Number one toxin that I want to hit on today. So number one thing that I want you to remove from your home, and this one's pretty easy because it's not much difference in cost, is look at the dishwashing detergents. Okay, so the stuff that's in your dishwasher and laundry detergents. Okay, so dishwasher and laundry detergents. Okay, so the dishwasher detergent, this one's huge. There's so many chemicals in this stuff they've linked back to cancers, really hard on the body, and you're fuming. So watch this. So you put it in your dishwasher, and then all these fumes come out. Have you ever had that like cloud of smoke when you open up the dishwasher, you stick your face in, and it's kind of like that warm feeling? That is like a toxic nightmare right there, and it's going throughout your entire house. That's one reason dishwashing detergent is so important to change. Number two reason for dishwashing detergent to change it is you're eating on those things and it doesn't get it all off. You're going to have that residue of that chemical on there, and it's going directly into your system. So there's two reasons right there. Same with laundry, is it gets on your clothes and then you actually wear them all day long. So you're soaking in these chemicals, and it also gets in your air, so you have to breathe it on a regular basis. So dishwasher and laundry detergents, those are really big ones to change. Some simple things you can do: go to one of the health food stores, or actually it's in most of our grocery stores now, like 7th Generation, and then just really Google organic, non-chemical cleaning products for dishwasher and laundry detergent. And if you want that really smelling thing, you can use things like essential oils. But I'll tell you this, that we've been using both of these, organic and clean, for the last, I think, probably 10 years at least. And I don't notice a difference in the cleanliness of my clothes. They're not less clean than they were before, but I don't have all the chemicals. So number one, change that. That's huge. Okay. Now I will say this, that before I move on, is that when it comes to detoxing your home, we think these things don't matter if we don't have a symptom. So watch this. So if I'm sitting here using Windex and I don't automatically get a headache, or I don't start having asthma or start getting allergies or whatever that problem is, I think it's okay for me because we don't feel it in the moment. Here's what I want you to know, is that it builds up into your system. Chemicals build up. It gets stored in your fat cells, so it's going to cause you to gain weight. It also affects your hormones. These things act as estrogens in the body, and increased estrogens which lead to estrogen cancers. And they also affect your immune system. Your immune system has to go into hyperdrive to try to get rid of them. And a lot of times it'll store these toxins in your fat cells. Many times it'll go directly to the thyroid, or affect the thyroid the most. That's where we'll see a lot of toxicity issues, is poor thyroid function, but also in the brain, which produces your hormones and controls your the rest of your body. Things like Alzheimer's is going to be affected by a lot of these chemicals, okay? So it's very important. So number 1 is dishwasher and laundry detergent. Number 2 is going to be, I wrote them down here, is surface cleaners, okay? So your Windexes, I don't even know all the names of them anymore. Surface cleaners, Windexes, things like that. But then also things like bleach. Bleach is used in Clorox and things like that. When you walk into a restaurant or a bathroom or anything like that, and you smell that bleach smell, super toxic and hard on your nervous system. So you want to remove those and change it to, again, like a 7th generation. Or again, you can look, Google natural surface cleaners, and you can get a cleaner one that doesn't have chemicals. What you're looking for is to get rid of a lot of the phthalates that are in there, and then also getting rid of the things that make it smell, deodorizers, or things that make it really strong smell in there. And if you want a good way of doing cleaners, what we do is I use vinegar, so white vinegar, lemon essential oils. Sometimes I use some On Guard essential oil. It's like a thieves concept, and then water. And that's it. You get a good smell, you get a clean countertop, and it gets rid of any bacterial viruses. It makes it look clean, doesn't have tons of streaks. That's all you need. Right? I've actually found that using vinegar many times, like getting stuff off the floors, carpets, all that kind of stuff, carpet cleaners, I've actually found that just vinegar or peroxide can actually be more effective than some of the cleaning products that you spend all this money on. So change your surface cleaners. That's huge for the same reasons as this. Very toxic to our health, and you're eating on these surfaces. So this is one of the biggest things. If we go to a restaurant, I know they clean this table with a bunch of chemicals. If something drops on the table, I'm not going to eat it. I don't want my daughters to eat it either because it's junk, right? We think like, I clean the floors all the time, I clean the countertops, it's okay to eat on those. I would rather the dirty floors and the dirty countertops because at least it's just bacteria, which my body knows how to handle. The chemicals, it doesn't know how to handle. So it's not real live stuff. So surface cleaners is number 2. Number 3 is going to be your, let's see here. Oh, this one's big. Oh my gosh, this one drives me crazy. Air fresheners, right? The air fresheners, the Glade plugins, the candles, the Febrezes, all these air fresheners are incredibly, incredibly toxic. I can walk into a room and immediately smell it, and it's just like it sets stuff off. I mean, it's like a headache. I feel gross. I can taste it in my mouth. I've gotten so sensitive to these things over the years as I've taken them out of my environment. But like going to the gym, that's the one thing I hate most about gyms is you're going to have tons of this, tons of air fresheners, all this other stuff, and it's actually toxins when I'm trying to get healthy. So air fresheners are really big. Please remove those. If you want your house to smell good, use essential oils. Get a diffuser and diffuse essential oils in your house. And there's other ways to do it too, but natural is the key. This stuff is super toxic. Can lead to a lot of different cancers. And you just want to remove those. If you have Glade plugins, get rid of them. If you're in your car and you have air fresheners hanging from the mirror in your thing, get rid of them. Use some essential oils and do that. Like, it just is what it is. You don't want to smell. Same thing with your body products, like colognes and perfumes. Those things are super toxic as well. Right? I can pretty much just call this video super toxic. And not to go in depth into each little chemical that's in these, simply because at the end of the day, you're not going to remember the names of those, and it doesn't matter. We don't need them, and they're toxic, and they're actually causing our health issues. So instead of waiting until we get cancer and then having to spend all this money on treatments and going to doctors and just loss of life in general, just prevent it. Don't take the stuff that causes cancer. We know that cancer is not genetic. It's about, I think, 10% of cancers can be linked back to a gene, but still aren't even 100% genetic. It's our lifestyle. It's our environment that we live in. So reduce the amount of toxins. Toxins are stress. You hear me talk all the time about stress being the #1 cause of all disease, and it is. Stress is physical, it's emotional, and it's chemical. So these are chemical stresses. So if you have a lot of emotional stress and you have a lot of physical stress, like you're sitting all day long, or you're lifting and you have back pain or a physical issue in your body, and you're having chemicals in your environment, that's huge. Hey, get this, kids, babies, this is huge. Babies experience chemicals, I think, I won't get this right, but it's a lot more than adults. Let's just say 5 times, 3 times, something like that. They experience it a lot more than adults because it's harder for them to process, so it actually affects them at a higher level, okay? So that's really big to know is if you just had a baby, you have air fresheners, and you're wearing perfume, and you're having a hair product that they're, near while you're holding them, and then you're also surface cleaning stuff, and you're doing their laundry, and you're cleaning their bottles in the dish or whatever they're using in the dishwasher. That's a toxic overload. And you wonder why our kids have tons of allergies and asthma. And the fourth one is going to be your antibiotic soaps and products in general, especially, let me make this very clear, especially that hand sanitizers junk. That stuff is incredibly toxic. Go just Google FDA hand sanitizer and cancer carcinogens, and you'll actually find that they came out a couple years ago and it's something that causes cancer, and it was supposed to come off the market and it's still on the market because it's a huge business. Antibiotics, there's so many reasons why I want you to stay away from antibiotic soaps, hand sanitizers, antibiotic, everything. Biotic is life. Anti is lack of, right? So lack of life. Bacteria are good for us. They live in our environment. 90% of your body, actually, of your digestive system is good bacteria. And get this, your microbiome, you are more bacteria than you are human cells. So if you're killing off your bacteria, you're killing yourself. It's very true. And for me, I was taking my daughter to school the first day of school. She came in. First thing they did is and it caught me off guard, is they grabbed the hand sanitizer and squirted it in our hands. And I was just like, whoa, what the heck did you just do there? You just put chemicals on my daughter without even asking me? Is that what world do we live in where that's okay? It's because we've been brainwashed to think we need it. That on your hands, you have bacteria on your hands that help you prevent the bacteria that your body doesn't work well with. So you have different types of strep to help you get rid of the strep that gets in your throat that causes strep, or different types of staph that gets rid of the staph infections. So we have everything we need to live within the microbiome of this world. The funguses, the virus, the bacteria, they all live in symbiosis with us. If they were out to get us, we would be gone. Okay? Let's just make that clear. There's more viruses in this universe. There's more viruses on this planet than there are stars in the universe in types of viruses. So here's the truth, is they're not out to get us. They're not the issue, okay? If you're dealing with bacterial issues like infections, it's because your immune system is not strong and you're weak. Probably because you're also using a lot of this stuff, which weakens your immune system. Antibiotic soaps antibiotics in general will weaken your immune system, and they will actually many times lead to cancers because that's a part of your immune system. Okay, so I would say the biggest thing that I could stress is please take these hand sanitizers and throw them away. They're not good for you. If you want to clean your hands, so I'm not saying we don't clean our hands, we just use natural things for cleaning your hands, for cleaning your body, for cleaning everything else. So we use things like with essential oils like On Guard or Thieves. Those are good essential oils or antibiotic. Lemon water, lemon and vinegar will help clean your body, right? But at the end of the day, they've shown this. There's a really cool study. I gotta find it and post it again. But kids that actually pick their nose and eat their boogers have a healthier immune system. Kids that play in the mud and eat the mud have a healthier immune system because they're building up the good bacteria that helps defend the rest of it. Just telling you, okay? So let's stop putting all these stinking soaps on our kids. I love when parents are like, hey, go wash your hands before you eat. And they go in there and they put all this antibiotic soap all over their hands. That's actually not what you want to do health-wise, okay? So antibiotic soap. The final one on the list is, we can spend all day on this one. I'm going to put pesticides, herbicides, and lawn products like Roundup. Let's just say that, lawn products. Okay, so let's just go straight to it. Take Roundup out of our world. Get rid of it. It's the world's strongest antibiotic. You just heard me say that we live in an environment full of bacteria, viruses, and fungus, and we need those things to live. If you start killing all the bacteria, which we have been doing, we're going to see major superbugs, which we have been seeing. You're going to see tons of fungus issues and yeast issues and algae growth and all this other stuff from these things right here. If you're doing Roundup and things like that to have a pretty lawn so that the rest of the world dies, that is silly. It's wacky. That's what that is. You have a dog that's running through, kids that are running through your yard with Roundup in it and lawn products in it, and then they're running into your house. Not only is it horrible on them in the moment, but then they're walking into your house, it's getting all over your floors, and you're living in a chemical mess. And this stuff is really, really bad for our bodies. It's full of aluminums, it's an antibiotic, it's all this kind of stuff that can actually cause health issues. They've linked a lot of the lymphomas, actually all non-Hodgkin lymphoma, back to Roundup. They're outlawing it in so many different countries right now and trying to get rid of it. And just read about Roundup for a moment, you'll find out a lot more about this. But they say you can drink it, it's not bad for human consumption. That's absolutely not true. It's an antibiotic, so when you drink it, it might not kill you in the moment, but what it will do is kill your microbiome, which is your immune system and your digestive system, and now you have a messed up gut, which most of the world has, most of America has, because they eat too much GMO, genetically modified grains, corns, soy, it's in everything, and that's GMO, which has Roundup in it. So we have tons of chemicals. Same thing with pesticides. They kill pests, okay? If they kill pests, they have a negative impact on you. It's a ton of chemicals, so you got to do different things more naturally. So we use more natural stuff. We use things like essential oils for pests. I don't have roaches all over my house. I've never had anybody come spray my house. I don't have bugs everywhere. I've never had anybody come spray the house. We've never touched anything on the lawn, and I'll tell you this, my lawn doesn't look any different than anyone else in our neighborhood that has this stupid green whatever truck that comes by and pumps their stuff, and drives me crazy because they'll do that, and then my dog's outside or my kids are outside. A couple of years ago, I had a patient tell me this, that they lived in a complex, like a townhome complex, and they were going through and spraying the yards, right? And they didn't tell the residents about it, and her kids were outside. Her baby, who's less than a year old, started coughing up blood. This is real stuff, okay? And here's the thing. All this right here, we're using it for two reasons. One, we've been taught in a fear kind of mongering world that all this stuff is necessary. Air fresheners, I think, is just a pleasure thing, but the rest we think it's necessary. Not necessary. There's plenty of things you can do to keep your world clean without any of this stuff. None of this stuff even has to exist in your world. It doesn't exist in my world. It hasn't for 10 years, and we've been great. Don't need it, right? So get these things out. So that's number one. The second reason we use this, number one, we've been taught we need it. And number two, we think it's going to protect us. It's just it. And we think we need this stuff. So I had a second reason. I can't actually think of it now. But either way, point is that get rid of this stuff. These 5 changes right here will have a massive impact on your health. It might be immediate if you have something like asthma or allergies or chronic pain issues, or it might be something down the road that prevents something like cancer, heart disease. Heart disease comes from inflammation, and these will inflame your body. It might get rid of your migraines. I don't know. But I will tell you that it's going to make you healthier. It's going to be less stress in your environment, which means less stress on your body, which means your body can now be more resilient to the stresses that are there, like the emotional ones, the fact that you probably sit at a computer all day long, the fact that you're on your phone all day long, and the fact that we probably don't eat the healthiest diets on the planet, right? And then we have emotional stresses with our kids and family. So get these out. They're unnecessary stressors, especially if you're kids. These chemicals affect kids more than they do adults, and you need to get rid of them. All right, guys. Hope that wasn't too direct. I hope you got a lot out of this. Again, this is your top 5 to health. I'm Dr. Kyle Loveless. Go to queencityhealthcenter.com. So again, queencityhealthcenter.com if you want help with your health. Hey, like this, love it, and share it. Go on our YouTube channel, subscribe to Drs. Holly and Kyle Loveless on YouTube. We have tons of videos on there. And we're going to continue to do this, things like top 5 to health, shifting your thinking, shifting your health is another show that we're doing regularly that I think is huge, because the quicker we shift our thinking, it's the only way we're going to shift our health, because we're really moving in a system that the way we think is we go to a doctor, we take a pill. But that's actually why we're the sickest country in the world, is because we have 75% of the world's medications in this country. So by shifting your thinking, we're going to change the trajectory of our kids' lives, changing generations with this simple stuff right here. But it's only good if you use it. All right? Hey, you guys have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you later.